Hey, it's Sego here,
And it's toasty.
and today we are going to be previewing Borderlands 2 by Gearbox and 2K Games. Now, Borderlands 2 takes place 5 years after the previous one, with an evil dictator basically ruling the entire planet named Handsome Jack. It's almost a reassuring name,
Yeah.
even though that he's evil, but it's almost mixed up for it. But he's basically the dictator of the planet. Says, "Oh, I'm the founder of the Vault. I killed the Destroyer," which is the final boss in Borderlands 1.
Spoiler.
Yeah. And he basically just rules the planet with an iron fist. I honestly don't know much about the Vault details. I don't know if they're trying to force it open or if he's just ruling the planet with an iron fist. But the character you play as, whoever you choose from the 4 classes, but you basically start out in a gladiator arena, fighting to the death, and you win, of course. It'd be a pretty crappy game if you didn't.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. And supposedly whoever wins gets a certain reward. But he doesn't give it to you. He sees you as a potential threat. And basically that's when the Guardian comes in, which is the lady who talks to your head in the first game, and says this man's evil and must be stopped. And for some reason, you can never say no to her. I have a bad feeling about her for some reason. Okay, classes. These are the 4 classes you want to...
Well, it's got kind of the same sort of setup as skills. It has new customization, so you can make them look the way you want. And I'm assuming it's just going to be the same kind of thing in Borderlands 1 with the powering your abilities up and your attacks and things like that. Then, of course, all of the guns and crazy stuff there.
Yes, so the 4 classes.
The Siren, the Commando, the Gunzerker, I think they're calling it, and the Assassin.
Yes, Assassin. Awesome at backstabbing, sneaking up on people. And it seems like, from what we saw, some mild teleportation abilities.
Yeah, I saw some gameplay footage, and he could make a hologram of himself and then walk over to a different place.
Yeah, see, he looks pretty badass. The Gunzerker, of course, he's built a little more strong.
Yeah.
He can take more damage, and he's the only character in the game who can dual wield any weapon.
But that is only his. I think it's his special ability thing. Every single class has a special ability.
Yeah, I don't know. Dual wielding rocket launcher sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to the Commando. Throwing down turrets with nukes on them sounds pretty spiffy. And then there's these
Sirens.
I want to say Siren for some reason. Siren. Elemental powers. Fire. Basically, I think they even kept the same name as Borderlands 1. Wasn't it Siren?
Yeah, the class was called the Siren.
So it's pretty much the same. I'm going to guess it's pretty much the same. But okay, guns.
Lots and lots of guns. I was wondering if they're going to do the same thing. They're probably going to end up having to do the same thing with what they did in Borderlands, basically just mixing and matching a certain set amount of pieces, and then just keep randomizing those sequences.
But there's so many. I mean, I think acid rounds are something new.
They had acid rounds.
They had acid rounds, yeah. But still, from what I read, they had 1.6 million guns in the first one. And this one they have even more.
Yeah, they have more, and they look a lot cooler.
They do. And then the new enemies, like this giant 4-armed ice troll with giant ice in his hand.
Lots of robots.
Yes, mechs seem to be a very big part of this game, and I don't think there were mechs in the first one, were they?
No, I don't believe so.
I mean, it doesn't seem like there's nearly as many skags, and in my opinion, that's a good thing. Those things piss me off.
Now there's giant freaking snow yetis and flaming worm things.
Yeah, these things look they look awesome, though. But they can burrow underground and just come back and kind of just pull you in. But grenades. It's like they're doing a lot of customization with that, too. I mean, in the first one, you had grenade mobs, which could kind of vary it up a bit, but now get grenades that home in and stick to your opponent, explode into 5 different grenades, which then explode. That guy looks weird. Which then explodes into 5 other grenades. Did I say that already?
Yeah.
And they explode into acid. There's a lot of steps.
Yes, it's basically just lots of exploding.
But that's what makes a game like this awesome, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think what I liked most about Borderlands was the cooperative thing. I think that was the most fun I had with it, and all the loot. Just since it had so many different weapons, you couldn't really just stop looting.
Yeah, and cars even seem a little bit more customizable. You saw the whole barrel thing to just launch explosive
they
barrels.
Looked a lot more badass.
They did. And class mods, pretty much the same, which is what the gameplay over here is going over now. Like stuff that makes your guy more uber. Like, oh, there you go, backstab 40%. Equip the class mod, and you can chop their heads off.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome. But yes, back to co-op. 4-player co-op was the first one. Was it?
Yeah, it was 4-player.
Okay, co-op. I don't know why I thought it was 2-player. So it's 4-player co-op, but you can split screen and do co-op. And Halo's the only game I know of that does that. Maybe Gears.
I think so.
But new enemies, but you still can kill midget psychopaths. Don't worry, I do enjoy killing them so much.
Yeah, but I don't think that they don't look like they're going to play as much of a role, because what I can see is the Borderlands have become a lot more industrialized.
Yeah, it's not like rocks and desert. There's roads. I saw a train.
So what I'm thinking is that the whatever they call themselves, like these sort of outlaw bandits that were kind of the primary bad guys in the beginning of the first game, are not going to play as big of a role because maybe their territory has been taken away by all this industrialization.
Yeah, it's Handsome Jack, I think, just kind of culturized it. Because I remember in Borderlands 1, the beginning, no houses at all. Like, just Dr. Zed was living there. Then the second, you got a few more people.
There's sort of a Wild West feel.
Yeah, but now maybe they won't have as many characters, but it seems like they're really stepping up the...
Yeah, well, because their whole thing is that the Borderlands are becoming more industrialized and taken over by Handsome Jack. So they're going to have a lot more houses, and they're probably going to have a lot more people.
Yeah, it's on. I always love interaction with other characters. Fun fact for you: the 4 characters you can play as in the last Borderlands are NPCs in this game. Yep. So apparently, the soldier, the Brick, I think his name is just Brick, the other girl, I'm done trying to find the name, and the hunter, they're all going to play some role in this, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do.
Because I'm not entirely sure on all the specifics, but from what I heard, these guys are kind of like in a rebellion sort of kind of thing, going against Handsome Jack, and so maybe those characters have a role to play in like taking Handsome Jack down.
Yeah, they better take in the credit for what they did. Well, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So, September 18th, pick it up.
Yeah.
Pre-order it. I hear you get a 5th class.
Yeah, there's a 5th class. I don't know much about
it. I think,
her.
from what I understand, because she has like a robot companion.
Yeah, she's like a mechromancer. I think that's what it's called.
What's that?
I don't know. I just know it's called a mechromancer, so it's probably got something to do with like mechs and maybe spawning them in with the whole necromancer.
Okay, so that'd be a pretty cool ability. Ugly. That'd be a pretty cool ability.
Now this, I kind of felt like this whole thing with the old enemies. I felt bad for them because they were like getting crushed and like they were on the front of the shield, and now this guy's like strapped to a thing and just gets blown up by a little kid.
It is a very... I love him, but I hate him at the same time. Okay, so pick it up, September 18th.
Yeah, 18th.
See you guys next time.